Y'all some of the craziest motherfuckers I have ever seen. And that's saying something. I can't understand. This is a continuation of last night. I can't understand something. I want somebody to try and help me understand it, because again, I'm just a simple coon ass. Why, oh why can't people figure out what they need to do? How do they fix things? They don't like something, they protest. Which, for the women's rights movements all across the country, good job. That's how you protest. You don't burn buildings, you don't flip cars, you don't shoot police officers. You make your voice heard with sheer numbers. You're not standing on freeways blocking people trying to go to work or come home. You're not destroying property. You're not beating the shit out of people. You're trying to actually get a point across. So I have to applaud the women's rights activists for what they did today. Good job. What I see is society de-evolving. We're going savage. Everything is tribal now. You don't like my camp? Well, fuck you. I'm going to burn your camp. This, that, and everything else. Instead of actually talking about the problems and fixing the problems themselves, it's turned into a dick-waving contest. It's the only way I can describe it, really. It's just a dick-waving contest. You know, George Carlin said it best. You know, do you believe in my God? No. Bang! You're dead. My God has a bigger dick than your God. And it's going down into everything else. You don't like the current president? Oh well. You should have voted. You should have got out there and voted. You shouldn't have burned buildings. You shouldn't have blocked freeways. You know, you should have actually got out there and made your voice heard, like the activists today for women's rights. But instead, you sat at home and sat behind your keyboard where your confidence in penis is the biggest, and you argued and yelled and defamed people, cursed and insulted them, instead of actually doing something to fix it. Why? You know, I have a general rule. You're allowed to complain about something for about 2 weeks. If you haven't tried to fix the problem after 2 weeks, you've lost the right to complain about it. Because obviously you're not doing anything to rectify the issue. So why aren't we rectifying the issues? I want everybody to try and tell me, what are your ideas to fix the issues? Everybody wants free healthcare. Everybody wants affordable healthcare. Okay, fine. Fantastic. Amazing idea. Nobody should be denied the right to live a healthy life. How do you plan on paying for it? Ooh, there's the big topic. From healthcare to living wage to the price of gas, it all comes down to money. Big, big topic. Big button nobody wants to talk about. You could raise taxes. You could do that. What's to stop people from stopping working? They raised the minimum wage to $10 an hour here in Arizona. Fantastic. Awesome. I like more money. But that just moves you to a higher tax bracket. So now you're getting more taken out. So you're making less money. Working the same amount of hours, making less money. You want free health care? Fantastic. We're going to up the taxes 4 or 5%. Across the board. 4 or 5%. Whatever is needed. I am not an analyst. I'm not a tax specialist. I don't have any of the answers. I'm just throwing ideas at it. So that's what you eventually have to do. After all the name calling and the bullying and the screaming and the burning and the rioting, you're going to have to do what you had to do in the first place. Sit down and talk. Something most people don't do. Now, a fat old coon ass like me can figure that out. Why can't anybody else? We want a fair wage. Fantastic. Everybody wants a fair wage. Everybody wants to live comfortably. I know I do. I don't know anybody else out there that doesn't want to live comfortably, uncomfortably. I don't know anybody out there that rather enjoys living in, ghetto or Section 8 housing. I don't know anybody that enjoys living to paycheck, eating ramen noodles or, Chef Boyardee 8 days out of the pay period just so they can pay their rent. So let's go ahead and raise the minimum wage. But again, that bounces back to the company. It costs the company money. And what's the first place companies go to recoup lost money? The customer. They raise prices. You're already seeing some of that here around in Arizona. Minimum wage went up to $10 an hour. Oh, look, people's rent's going up like that. Here we go again. Here we go again. At the end of it all, all the bullshit, all of it, from Trump versus Hillary, from conservative versus liberal, what have you, it all comes down to price and value. Is the price of what I'm paying worth the value of it? And the best way I can put it is with automobiles. Who'da thunk the gearhead is going to try and turn it back to cars? A brand spanking new, no miles, mid-range Dodge Ram. Oh, I'm sorry, Ram now. They're no longer owned by Dodge. But a brand new Ram 1500 in the mid-range, not the bare bones, but the mid-range. It's a $46,000 truck. Why? The truck's not worth $46,000. It's not. I'm a Dodge guy. I am a Mr. Mopar on the phone right now telling you that truck's not worth that. People are paying for it. Because the price that people pay for things, it's what you're willing to pay. It's not the value of it. Okay. Let's talk bottom barrel vehicle. Let's look at a Chevy Sonic. I own one of those. Pile of shit. The car was $22,000. No leather interior. No racing pedigree. No luxury prestige. Nothing. It was just an A to B back and forth car. 22 grand. That's what most people in the poverty range make a year. Even a little bit more. In 1 year, the cost of that car. Oh, but Jake, they finance it for 7 years. Oh yeah, so they can knock your fucking dick in the dirt with that interest rate. Make even more money off of you. Inflation is a bitch. We felt it the first time the housing bubble burst back in 2007, 2008. How quickly we forget. People that no business buying a house, making $10 and $11 and $12 an hour, buying a $250,000, $300,000 home. I know, I was one of the suckers that almost did it. I was making minimum wage at Walmart, almost bought a $150,000 house. Boy, I've been screwed right about now. But everybody has to have a house. Everybody has to have a car. Everybody has to have all the nice new things. The shiny new expensive cell phone, the expensive computer, the expensive fast car. And far be it that people actually, enjoy a fast car for it being fast. Now, most people buy that brand new Mustang GT or the new Dodge Hellcat Challenger, or the Demon Challenger now, because apparently 707 horsepower wasn't enough to make you feel like you had a 12-foot dick. They buy that to make themselves feel comfortable, confident. They weren't taught how to do that on their own. And I already know people are going to tear me apart for this. By all means, go ahead. It's your First Amendment right. Unlike most people, when I get offended, nothing else happens. So what? I'm offended. Okay, I move on. I don't try and start a movement. I don't get all this false outrage. Yeah, I might get pissed off. But I'll rant and I'll rave about it for 5 minutes. I'll smoke a fucking cigarette. You know, I'll cry myself a river. I'll build myself a bridge. I'll have a Coke and a smile and I'll get the fuck over it. It's that simple. So much fake outrage. Why? Why? Everybody wants to scream and yell that it's unfair, it's not right. You know, one thing you're right about it not being fair. Life's not fair. Buttercup, suck it up. If life was fair, I'd have a $150,000, $200,000 a year job. College educated, got plenty of experience in my field, over 30 technical certifications. And here I sit in a cab on Mill Avenue at 11:35 at night, trying to make $10. Life's not fair. I learned that a long time ago. Something most people seem to be raging against. They want a fair world. Most people are protesting and rioting because they don't want a dystopian future when they don't even realize that that what they're pushing for will turn it into a dystopian future. Look at Fahrenheit 451. A book I don't expect a lot of people to have read nowadays. Nobody gets offended. Everything's fair. Everything's just. Everything gets treated exactly right. But you're also not allowed to have an opinion. Doing so is, well, I guess it's suicide. You're put to death for it, but it might as well be suicide to think for yourself. I wonder where we're heading. Like I said, I'm not the smartest person on the planet. I'm not. Probably don't have any of the answers. At least I'm willing to talk about it. At least I'm willing to sit down and go, how do we fix this? I don't give a flying fuck who's to blame. I don't. We can all raise our torches and our pitchforks and burn whoever we want at the stake at who we think is to blame after the problem's fixed. Plenty of time for it then. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm sitting in a parking lot right now. There's 8 signs up, posted. Do not park here, you will be towed. At your expense. But at the entrance, it's a giant blue sign that says public parking. And below it, in regular letters, it says behind building. There's 50 cars around me. Ranging from the $1,000 Wonder Bread to the, well shit, there's a $60,000 AMG Mercedes parked over there. All these cars will be towed by the end of the night. Because they didn't take a second to stop and get the whole picture. Get all the information. And they'll blame the tow truck company. They'll say it's, it's extortion, it's bait and switch. It's not. It's really not. The only thing I want people to do is pay attention. Get all the information. Not just one Facebook post or one news blurb on CNN that lasted 45 seconds. Get all the information. Do your research. You're watching me right now on something that has access to the entirety of humans' knowledge. No, it's not Facebook either. It's the internet. Whatever you want to know, you can find. All it takes is time and drive. Something people don't have a lot of anymore. Oh, one more thing before I go. The most hilarious part of this for me, and I really don't identify as any political party. I really don't. I guess I lean more conservative with my ideals. I lean more Republican. But the Democratic Party, The liberal party. The one that's all about, love everybody, hug everybody, everybody's awesome, everybody's special, everybody's their own special kind of snowflake, are the ones that are being so close-minded. They're the first ones to straight nerd rage, get so pissed off, so flustered in the face, flipping tables, starting riots, this, that, and everything else because Donald Trump is the president. Why? What does that accomplish? To show everybody you're angry? You can do that by yelling, "Fuck!" really loud. Done, over with. You got 4 years. Next time, show up and vote. Next time, make your voice heard. It's that simple. People want everything handed to them these days. Everything. You tell somebody that they got to put in a minute amount of effort, not interested. I love people that complain about working 7 hours a day. Well, must be nice to enjoy your part-time job. People like me who work 12, 14, 18-hour shifts just to make ends meet, just to pay the bills. But that's a story for another time.